It's the Brad Field Weather Podcast, underwritten by McAllen Construction Company, from the first dig to the last nail, and by Action Carpet and Floor Covering of Simsbury, a full-service family-run flooring company. I am Dan Lovallo. He is meteorologist Brad Field. We are putting this podcast together on February the 6th, a Saturday. And Brad, there is a lot going on the weather map, isn't there?
Dan, I have not seen a setup like this in years. And, I'm going to be incredibly honest with you. We are in a snow shooting gallery, and we are going to see, I think, in the next 7 days, 4 snow threats. The first one coming on Super Bowl Sunday. And, of course, we'll get into much more detail with each of these. The next one is, I think, the slightest of them all, a little clipper system coming across during the daytime on Tuesday. Thursday night into Friday morning, there could be significant snow across Connecticut. And then Saturday night, which is it Valentine's Day? No, Sunday is Valentine's Day. So Saturday night into Sunday morning, Valentine's Day, another significant snow threat. And then after that, Dan, pure Arctic air comes in. So essentially in the next week, we are in an atmospheric battle where it is going to be cold over New England, cold enough for snow, but not terribly cold. So if it were terribly cold, the storms would be pushed further to the south and more than likely out to sea. But it does not look like that's going to happen. It looks like these storms are going to be coming at us. We are in the battle zone. Ultimately, I think the Saturday night, Sunday morning storm of next weekend, so going into Valentine's Day, is probably the final one in this series. After that one goes by, I think it gets bitterly cold around here. And Dan, I measured on my deck here in West Granby this morning. There is 12 inches of hard-packed, solid snow. With the temperature up near 40 yesterday, I think my high here was about 38, 39. The snow compressed down, then it froze hard last night. There's a solid foot on the ground. If you add up the storm threats we're going to get tomorrow and Tuesday and Thursday night, and then Saturday night and Sunday of next weekend, you add up those 4 storm threats, I think most of us in Connecticut are going to see an additional 10 to 20 inches of snow this week. Put that on top of places like, I'm sure out your way, Dan, there's probably a foot on the ground. You put 10 to 20 inches on top of a foot of snow on the ground. We're talking that by next Sunday morning, some people can wake up in Connecticut in their town and see 2.5 feet of snow on the ground. So I've not seen a pattern like this in a long time.
Now, what's at play from an atmospheric standpoint, which is leading to this stretch of weather?
Well, the polar vortex is coming. I mean, I'm looking at temperatures next week while this atmospheric battle is going on. Midday temperatures. So at the warmest part of the day, I'm looking up into central Canada. Temperatures are significantly below zero in the middle of the day. So we always talk about how cold air is molecularly dense and it's hard to displace. So once that cold air gets down into Connecticut, the storm track will shift farther to the south. You know, you hear sometimes, and this is a misnomer, you hear sometimes that it's too cold to snow. Well, that's not really true. but you get the optimum conditions for it to snow when you're in the middle of this atmospheric battle where the cold air is near the warm air. That's going to play out next week, hence the 4 storm threats. And then, as I said, the computer modeling is such that when the 4th one goes by next Saturday night and Sunday, so Valentine's Day weekend going into President's Day, that week, it looks like it will be bitterly, bitterly cold. The European computer model, high temperature for Monday, President's Day, so this is like, 8-9 days away, is 14. That's the high temperature in the middle of the day. So that's basically what's playing out, Dan. The battle is ensuing this week. And with the battle going on, we've got the 4 snow threats.
I want to talk for just a moment about one of the underwriters for the Bradfield Weather Podcast, McAllen Construction of Prospect, a full-service construction company servicing the entire state of Connecticut for over 25 years and on call 24/7, 365 days a year. That's important because snow is in our forecast, and McAllen Construction does do snow removal. And I think we're going to need some snow removal over the next few days or even longer than that. McAllen Construction is a woman-owned small minority business, state of Connecticut, licensed and insured. Licensed as a major contractor, new home construction contractor, plumbing and piping limited P7, home improvement contractor, and subsurface sewage installer. Utility, carpentry, excavation, and as I said, snow removal for residents, commercial businesses, and state and local governments. Remember, McAllen Construction is on call 24/7 year-round. Call McAllen Construction today, 203-758-3474, 203-758-3474, or go online, McAllenConstructionCT.com. McAllenConstructionCT.com. McAllen Construction, from the first dig to the last nail. Well, let's get specific as to the storm which is going to hit us on Super Bowl Sunday, which will be Sunday, February the 7th. What's going on as far as the weather map is concerned in that area?
Well, Dan, we've got a cold front going through today. So this is Saturday the 6th, and it's going to be windy. You're going to notice the wind picking up. So despite the fact that the sun is shining and it's a pretty day out there, the wind will be gusting between 30 and 40 miles per hour this afternoon as the colder air mixes down from the upper atmosphere. So even though it'll be in the 30s and the sun will be shining, I think you're going to be cold, especially if you're in the shade today. So dress appropriately, but typical midwinter day. Now, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, we're going to see low pressure on the North Carolina, Virginia border and bordering with the ocean. So right sort of near Norfolk, Virginia. That system is going to track toward the benchmark. Now, the computer modeling on tomorrow's storm is still a fairly significant spread. The global models, for example, the GFS, has the swath of heavy snow from, say, southeastern Connecticut across Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts. So they're bringing the axis of the heavy snow more in that area. The short-fused models, like the rapid refresh model, for example, and the short-fused modeling that we look at, tends to bring the heavier snow across all of Connecticut. So I think what I'm trying to say here, Dan, is the northwest corner of Connecticut is problematic to me in tomorrow's storm. I see, and I'm predicting, 4 to 8 inches statewide. But the place where I have the least confidence is Salisbury, Connecticut, up in the northwest corner. I could see there the system being blocked a little too far to the south for Salisbury to get into more than maybe 1, 2, 3 inches. Although I'm officially saying 4 inches, because what the National Weather Service is doing is they're taking these rapid refresh short range models and kind of blending them with the global models to come up with their predictions. So if you look at the National Weather Service prediction of 4 to 8 inches for Connecticut, I think that's a very, very good forecast. And I'm going to go along with that for the day tomorrow. So we'll say more on the order of 3 to 6 inches north and west of the I-84 corridor. This is and more like 6 inches to maybe 8, 9 inches as you move down toward Norwich and Voluntown and Montville and Salem, some of the towns inland a little bit in southeastern Connecticut. So that is system number one.
So we have this 8-day period where we're going to get, it seems, one storm after another. As you look at the various weather models, which one strikes you as the most accurate?
Well, they all are sort of on board with this battle going on in the next week. Of course, the specifics are different, but the idea is there. So in terms of ranking them, I would say the second one coming along, the one on Tuesday, is going to be moisture starved. It's a clipper. It's coming off the land. Tomorrow's storm, Dan, is coming up from the Virginia, North Carolina coast. So it's working on the warmth and moisture of the ocean, the Gulf Stream waters and everything to involve some moisture there. But the Tuesday storm is more landlocked. I could see maybe only an inch or two on Tuesday, but if the storm tracks like it's supposed to, weak low coming out of West Virginia, sliding along Long Island Sound, it could pick up a little moisture at the last minute as it gets out over the ocean and throw it back here. So, if I were pinned down right now, I'd say something like 1 to 3 inches on Tuesday. So that's system number two. As far as the on the weather map segment goes, Wednesday, high builds in from Iowa to Virginia. Then guess what comes along Thursday?
Another snowstorm.
Threat number 3. Yeah, we'll have low pressure from the Great Lakes into the deep south. So Thursday during the day, I'm looking for increasing clouds. I think system number 3 comes along Thursday night into Friday morning. So, my wife's in the school administration, and she and her friends are always asking me about delays and things of that nature. And I think they all would like a delay after celebrating and watching the Super Bowl. They'd probably like a delay on Monday morning, and it's possible. I mean, if we get 4 to 8 inches of snow, it's all going to shut down, I think, fairly early Sunday night. But, there'll still be cleanup that might need to be done and whatever. So delays, I guess, are possible on Monday morning. Tuesday, I would think that everybody goes to school. There's only an inch or two. It's mainly during the day. It may melt as it hits the roadways, because temperatures on Tuesday will be borderline. I wouldn't even be shocked. It depends on the exact track of the clipper. If someone down on the I-95 corridor sees a few raindrops mix in. But then as the clipper goes by, it turns colder again on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a stronger low coming out of Kentucky. It moves to off New Jersey and south of Long Island by Friday morning. This could be a moderate snowstorm. So you might go to bed Thursday night seeing, X amount of snow on the ground, and then wake up Friday morning seeing X amount of snow on the ground plus 4 to 8 inches more. So that's what's coming along on Thursday night. And late Saturday night of next weekend and into Sunday, there'll be a low forming in the Florida Panhandle region with a warm front riding up the coast. And what happens with warm air, it's molecularly lighter, less dense than cold air. So the cold air stays in near the ground. The warm air rides up and over the cold air. We call that overrunning. And we could see some overrunning snow late Saturday night into next Sunday. And it looks like on that warm front, a little wave of low pressure is going to form. So if all this happens late Saturday night into next Sunday, we could get another 2 to 5 inches of snow across the state. So when you add them all up, you add up the 4 to 8 possible on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. You add the inch or two on Tuesday. You add the maybe 4 to 8 inches on Thursday night. Then you add another 2 to 5 inches next Saturday night and into Valentine's Day, Sunday morning. You are looking at roughly 10 to 20 inches of additional snow coming this week. So I think snow lovers are going to be quite satisfied by the time next weekend rolls around.
Snow lovers, plow operators, and ski operators. The people who own the ski resorts will be happy too, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. My nephews, we got together last night for a little bit of a double birthday party. My brother-in-law turned a number that, being a nice guy like I am, I'm not going to mention on our podcast, but my youngest son turns 23 actually tomorrow. But we had a nice birthday party last night. 2 of my nephews are going skiing today up in Killington.
All right.
Beautiful, beautiful day for that.
For sure, with the sun shining and all. Okay, so as we look at the week ahead after the storms, the week of February the 14th, what you're saying is the weather's going to really turn substantially colder. Is that correct?
Yes, it does look so, Dan. I told you offline that, I was so busy looking at these 4 threats this week, I didn't really pay much attention to the long range, but, I don't have the freshest information, but I did look at it yesterday. The Canadian computer model, which goes out 4 weeks. When I say really cold, I mean with respect to what's average. So, by the time we get to mid-March, the normal high temperature in the daytime is maybe 42, 43 degrees, somewhere like that in the middle of March. But if we're way cold with respect to average, it might be 32. And you might say, well, Brad, that's not that cold. Well, everything we do is calculated with respect to what's average. I mean, 55 degrees now, Dan, we'd be out in T-shirts. But if 55 degrees happens on the 4th of July, we'd be bundled up in sweatshirts and windbreakers. So, everything's relative.
I want to talk a bit about Action Carpet and Floor Covering, one of our underwriters for the Bradfield Weather Podcast. It's that time of year when perhaps you're looking at remodeling your home and you want new floors or maybe new tile in the bathroom. The place to go is Action Carpet and Floor Covering of Simsbury, founded in 1993 by Kevin Blake. Action Carpet and Floor Covering serves both residential and commercial customers. They offer brand-name floor covering products in vinyl, laminate, hardwood, carpet, area rugs, and tile, plus backsplash. Yes, it is time to think about remodeling the home for spring, and that's where Action Carpet and Floor Covering comes in. By the way, free estimates on all installations from Action Carpet and Floor Covering. Free quotes are offered for insurance estimates, high pressure or hot water extraction, stripping and waxing of floors, upholstery cleaning, restoration, area rug cleaning, and much, much more. Action Carpet and Floor Covering wants their customers to be beyond satisfied. They want to be considered their customers' one and only floor covering company. Call Action Carpet and Floor Covering of Simsbury today at 860-651-8406, 860-651-8406, or go online at action-carpet.com, action-carpet.com. Action Carpet and Floor Covering, a full-service flooring company. Speaking of what's going on with the storm on Super Bowl Sunday, can you time it out hour by hour?
Yes, I think when most folks wake up on Sunday morning, nothing will be happening. But starting around 7, 8, 9, the snow breaks out in Stamford and Greenwich and starts spreading northeast through Fairfield County, New Haven County. And I think by noon it is snowing everywhere in Connecticut. So by lunchtime tomorrow, I think we're looking at an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow across the state, the least up near the Massachusetts border, the most where it snowed the longest, which would be Fairfield County. So that's by lunchtime tomorrow. Now we go from lunchtime tomorrow to dinner time tomorrow when people are getting ready to watch the kickoff of the Super Bowl. And I got to get your pick, but we're looking at an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow. And I think by 6 to 9 p.m., while the Super Bowl is being played, the storm will end as flurries across Connecticut with 4 to 8 inches of new snow down on the ground. And I checked the odds, Dan. You know how we like doing this. The odds of getting an inch tomorrow are 82 to 89% statewide. The odds of getting 2 inches tomorrow are 75 to 84% statewide. The odds of getting 4 inches or more tomorrow, 55 to 70% statewide, the highest in southeastern Connecticut, Norwich and New London coming in at 70%. The odds of getting over 6 inches of snow tomorrow range from a low of 32%, so 1 in 3 chance of over a half a foot in Windsor Locks, but more than a 50-50 chance in Norwich and New London. The odds of getting over 8 inches of snow tomorrow are 1 in 3, 30% in Norwich. So I like the 4 to 8. The 4 to 8 works for me, with the least in the northwest, the most in the southeast part of the state.
Okay, before we wrap up with the forecast, yes, the Super Bowl. Who is going to win Super Bowl 55? Your pick first.
Well, I don't have a definitive pick, but this is what I think. I think if one team or another is going to romp, it would be Kansas City. But I think if you get into the fourth quarter and it's 7 points or less difference, I just cannot see Brady making a mistake or losing. I think he wants this so badly. If you pin me down, I'd have to think Kansas City would win. But I do think if it's close and Tampa Bay is even trailing, but it's close in the fourth quarter, I think they'll figure out a way to win.
Okay. I am predicting Kansas City will win in a close game, and that Tom Brady, although he might have a good game, is going to be spending a lot of time on his backside. Kansas City will win in a close game. That's my prediction.
All right, Dan. I defer to you on sports predictions.
Well, we shall see.
You defer to me on weather predictions.
I sure do, and a lot of other predictions too, I might add. As we wrap things up, then what does our forecast look like? And again, we're putting this podcast together on Saturday, February the 6th.
Well, this afternoon, Dan, it'll be sunny, windy, so temperatures of 35 to 40 are going to feel colder. Overnight tonight, clear, followed by increasing clouds, temperatures in the teens and low 20s. Super Bowl Sunday. Snow breaks out southwest to northeast across the state during the morning. 4 to 8 inches of snow accumulates statewide. Temperature 26 to 32. Clearing on Sunday night, temperature in the teens. Monday, sunny, 25 to 30. Tuesday, the clipper comes along. A period of snow or rain and snow mixed down toward the shoreline. Temperatures in the 30s. Again, I think Tuesday's only worth an inch or two at the most. Wednesday is sunny, temperature 25 to 30. And Thursday, increasing clouds in the 20s. with some fairly significant snow developing Thursday night.
And, of course, we'll always keep our audience posted by going to bradfieldweather.com, where you post an updated forecast every day. And we might throw in, we don't know for sure, but we might throw in an additional podcast or two because of this active week coming up, right?
Yeah, I could see the need for one on Thursday right now.
That sounds like a plan. All right, Brad, we always like to thank our first responders. They're on the front lines every day with what's going on with our pandemic. And, of course, you throw in the weather formula, and it makes their job even more difficult. So always a big thank you to them. And to you and Sandy and our podcast audience, have a great weekend.
Okay, Dan, to you and Susan, I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy watching the Super Bowl. I'm really, the snow will be falling, maybe a fire in the fireplace, very relaxing day, so enjoy.
Yep, a good old-fashioned Sunday in the wintertime for sure. The Bradfield Weather Podcast has been underwritten by Action Carpet and Floor Covering of Simsbury, a full-service family-run flooring company, and by McAllen Construction Company. McAllen Construction, from the first dig to the last nail.